Hello everybody, I am the Lizzie Kiwi and welcome to another building video. Today we are building in the scary world. I think it's Forgotten Hollow. I do not remember the name of the world, the vampire world, because it is the spooky season and I really wanted to build something that I've never ever built before. Today we are building a pumpkin patch. Now, we don't celebrate Halloween where I live. However fun Halloween might be, it's just not something we have in my country, which is so sad because I think it's so cute, like the whole idea of it and carving pumpkins and stuff. It's so cute and I would love to carve a pumpkin one day, but unfortunately, like I said, we do not celebrate it here, so I might just do it on my own as like an artistic venture. But anyway, since we don't have Halloween, I've never seen or been to a pumpkin patch before in my life, and the idea of it is really nice to me. I would love to see a pumpkin patch, so I decided to build one in The Sims. A lot of people has done this before and I have actually never, so this is my first time building one, and I think I did a pretty decent job at never seeing one before. This is all out of my brain. The only thing I looked up was like pumpkin patch and it showed me a lot of barns, so I just decided to build a barn myself and kind of see where it goes, because I don't know, I didn't really see much that inspired me a lot, so I kind of just went with whatever I could think of in the moment, and this beautiful area is what I came up with. I really love how it turned out for, you know, somebody that's never seen a pumpkin patch before. You guys would have to let me know what you guys think about it and if it's at least semi-accurate. I wasn't going for 100% accurate at all because I was not about to do that much research just to build a pumpkin patch, but I did think it turned out really cute. I love the amount of clutter and stuff. There's not a lot of clutter per se, but there's a lot going on. There's a lot of pumpkins around, a lot of fun things to look at, and I really think this turned out just so beautiful, and it's definitely someplace that I would like to see, although I don't think I ever will. Maybe someday. Maybe if I'm lucky enough, I will someday see this in, well, not this exact build, but like a pumpkin patch in real life. And I could only hope that it could be something like this. I might be biased, but I love how this whole vibe is of this build. So if you did pay attention, you would have noticed that I did make the ground markings before, but they really looked very bad. If you're wondering about that, I usually do that if I have an idea in my head and I don't really want to lose the idea or mess it up once I go to do it. So I take I almost said face paint, not the face paint, the floor paints in the game that you kind of, you know, paint the floor with. I don't know the term for it in game, I cannot remember, but I take that and then I usually map out where I want things to be. So if I do a very large build or a build like this, for example, that has a lot of pathways, I take that floor paint and I just kind of map it out with a random, very visible color so that I could remember it and very easily do the real thing that I want to do later on. I think that's a really nice way to kind of organize your build once you're busy with it. So there's a little tip for you guys for today. If you've ever wondered how to kind of make it a little bit easier for you to remember your ideas and map out the size of your build, I would highly recommend using the floor paint to bring it all together and just kind of see where you want things to be. Sometimes I even write on the ground like, this area is going to be the main house or like spare house, stuff like that, just for to make it a little bit interesting. But this build is also a restaurant. I know I built a restaurant last week. I know I built the diner, the Strangeable Diner, but I just couldn't think of a more perfect thing to make this lot for the pumpkin patch because I didn't want to make it a normal old park. Whereas the fun in that, you know? So I decided to make it a pumpkin patch restaurant, and the theme of the food, if you couldn't have guessed, is going to be pumpkin food. I don't know, I think that's a really cute idea. I think it would be so much fun bringing your Sims to a pumpkin patch and having them eat pumpkin-based foods, that, or at least like fall-themed foods or Halloween-themed foods. I do think it's a lot of fun, and I definitely could have made this a park, but at the same time, if you look at the park requirements, I didn't really want to add like grills and picnic tables and play areas for children. I just don't think any of those would have fit with the area, like the vibe of the pumpkin patch. So the best thing that I could have thought of was to make it a restaurant. I feel like it matches the vibe the best, and that's kind of what I was going for. So I am really happy with this, and I also love restaurants in the game. I know they're broken, I know they are really glitchy, and it takes years, it takes ages for your Sims to actually get the food, but it's still a fun experience in my opinion. At least I love taking my Sims to restaurants, even if it's broken, because I know they're gonna be there for a year, so I just plan the whole day around them going to a restaurant. But even if they don't eat, just the company and having fun with the family or whoever you take to the restaurant, your partner, whoever it may be, just the idea of going to this pumpkin patch with them is just, chef's kiss, love it. But I also have on the outside of the restaurant area, there's going to be some more seating, a little market space that I've already done. I don't know if you guys saw that, but there's like this little area under a roof that has this tiny market space where your Sims can go and sell stuff, or other Sims of course can sell their stuff. I think that's so cute to also have a little market at the pumpkin patch. It's a really fun idea. And there is also pumpkins for sale indoors. I think it's kind of like the pumpkins indoors are these that are bound to go bad sooner. That's kind of what I had in my head, like these are on sale. They are ready to go out the door. So that's what these are, or they're already carved, stuff like that. I think that's a lot of fun as well. We also have pumpkin carving stations outside near all of the pumpkins. So that's also an activity that your Sims can do here, which is also a lot of fun, of course. I mean, it's a pumpkin patch. How can you not have a pumpkin carving station? Not that I would know if that's a real thing in real life, you know, a pumpkin carving space at a pumpkin patch. Don't know if that's a real thing, but in my world, in my mind, in this game, it is. Okay, I could do whatever I want in this game, so therefore there is pumpkin carving stations at the pumpkin patch. This is the little market area that I was talking about. I think it's so cute. I really love this idea. The idea of your Sims selling their pumpkins here, it cracks me up. I think that's the funniest thing. But yeah, besides that, right next to this, if you've seen in the beginning, there is a maze. I did not even address it at all. I kind of forgot about it until now. But there is a maze that leads you to a hot tub. Don't ask me why. Just don't ask any questions, because I don't know. In the moment when I was building this, I built a maze. Like, I knew I was gonna build a maze, but I never want to build a maze and not have a set destination and kind of like a little reward or some place for your Sims to go. I never want to do that. I always, when I build a maze, there needs to be a place to go. Like, there needs to be a destination, and it needs to feel worth it. So in this case, it's a hot tub. Why a hot tub at a pumpkin patch? No one will ever know. It's not even me. I don't even know why. But this that we're busy with right now is like the main pumpkin picking area. There are multiple areas to pick pumpkins, but this in my mind is like the most prominent place with the most pumpkins, the most colored pumpkins, a lot of stuff like that. I placed a lot of pumpkins in this lot, if you didn't notice already. I mean, the build is barely even started on the outside, and we already have so many pumpkins around. There's a ton of jack-o'-lanterns, there's a ton of hay bales, there's just a lot going on, but I appreciate it all. I think it's all so nice. This is one of my favorite builds that I've made in a little while. Although, I say this every time, but I really do say this every time. Like, every single time I'm like, oh, this is my new favorite build. But really, a lot of the times it is. But I also put these little don't step on the grass signs here. And the circle area is also another pumpkin place that you'll see once we get to that. These as well, there's going to be pumpkins in these. And we have this nice little fence around it as well. Now, I know the Forgotten Hollow, I think it's Forgotten Hollow, you know, the map that this is in. I know that there's not a lot of like vibrant plant life and stuff because, you know, the sun doesn't really shine over here. But I love plants in this game. So in my mind, there's gonna be a lot of plants here, and you'll see that once we get to the plants, but I really do put a lot of plants. I also added these like rooty things that's underneath the pumpkins because the pumpkins are all gonna be here, and I think it turned out so nice because it makes it actually look like the pumpkins were planted here. I don't actually know what pumpkins are supposed to look like when they're planted. I've never seen it in real life. I think there's a lot more going on than just roots, but for the sake of this area and not having it be too overcrowded in the pumpkin area, but still looking semi-realistic, I just added the rooty thingies, and I think it turned out so nice. You will see once I start adding the pumpkins, but I just love how it all turned out. I had so much fun building this. Building this really made me want to go to a pumpkin patch. I don't know what to tell you. If you guys ever go to a pumpkin patch, just take me with you. Like, honestly, just come and get me and we'll hop on a plane and we'll go. Because I'm telling you now, we're gonna have to hop on a plane. But yeah, I feel like I've said pumpkin so many times in this video that the word doesn't sound right anymore. I don't know if that's ever happened to any of you guys, but if I say a word too many times, it just doesn't sound right anymore. Like pumpkin, for example. It doesn't sound like a word anymore. Am I saying it correctly? Am I doing something wrong? Because I can't tell at this point. I should probably put up a pumpkin counter at the top. It's probably been there this whole entire time now, so, like with you watching, but I've just thought of it. But when I'm editing this, I'm gonna add a pumpkin counter because the amount of times that I've said the word pumpkin, I need to stop. I need to stop. But no, seriously, like, take a shot every single time. Please don't. Please don't. You will probably like pass out or something. Don't do that. But yeah, this is the pumpkins that I was talking about, and as you can see, it looks so cute on these rooty things. Now this circle area is going to be only the orange pumpkins. There's not going to be a lot of variety in color in this specific area, but all of the other areas are going to have a ton of different colored pumpkins, so those are not just going to be the orange ones. I just love how this turned out, but we're kind of more or less towards the end of this speed build part. So at the end of the speed build, I will be showing you guys all of this, you know, beautiful pumpkin patch glory in a much slower, I wanted to say environment, but I just don't think that's the word. It's just gonna be a lot slower. I'm just gonna take you through, walk you through it, so that everybody can see everything that I either didn't show in the speed build parts, or that you might have missed. So if you did miss anything, do not even fret, do not worry about that. You will see everything. I will go through it at the end of this, and we can go through it together. But yeah, these pumpkins, I just love how this turned out. I think having a lot of different areas to plant them was a really cute idea, so that, you know, it's not just like a flat area and all of the pumpkins are in that one singular flat area. This makes it so much more fun. It's elevated, it's in different areas, you have different areas for the different colors. Okay, well, these are still mixed colors, but the one area is only orange pumpkins, and then this area is multicolored pumpkins. I feel like it's so much fun, and I absolutely love everything about it. Let me know what you guys think about this. I'll probably say that in the real-time part as well, but I'm gonna forget that I said it. So just just let me know anyway. But I just love this so much. I think having like this whole fall haunted Halloween vibes is something that I personally cannot relate to much, but it is something that I appreciate seeing and kind of participating in with my YouTube, because I never had a chance to participate in any other ways other than a festival last year. But yeah, I think it's fun and I really like the traditions that I do not even celebrate. I think it's just so cute, and sorry if you hear a dog barking. But yeah, without further ado, I think it's probably time that we go ahead and hop into the real-time part for today. So this is it. I adore how this turned out. I really love it so much. I am going to a wedding tomorrow, so I was kind of in a little bit of a rush when I was building this. So for something that I had a time limit on, I do think this turned out beautifully. So if you go in through the entrance, you are greeted with all of these pumpkins to your left, as well as a way into the restaurant over there. Then to the right, you have, you know, more pumpkins, and you wouldn't believe it, but then if you keep walking, there's, you know, more pumpkins. But you get the gist of it. There's a lot of pumpkins around here, okay? It's a pumpkin patch. I mean, they're supposed to be. So you can kind of go over here, and then this is where you have the pumpkin carving station. So there would probably be somebody around here, like I mentioned. And yeah, so going over this way is where you have the maze area. I just love the maze. We have kind of two entrances over here. You have this path, which is a really easy path if I'm being honest, and then we have this path over here, which honestly you can probably just go over there, but if you take the hard path, it's a lot harder to come to the destination. So I was kind of thinking like this is the children's entrance and this is the adults entrance. That's kind of what I was thinking. And then over here we have some outdoor seating. There is a lot of outdoor seating. I think it's such a vibe over here. And we also have the little market space over here as well. I can really just see your Sims selling stuff over here. It could just be so nice. But coming inside over here is where we have the main area for the restaurant. This is kind of where the person will be standing to take you to your seat, or in my mind at least also the person where you can buy a ton of pumpkins from. So it's kind of like a two-in-one over here. And then we have a ton of seating for the indoor area, as well as the two bathrooms over here and the restaurant kitchen over here. So I just love how this turned out. I think it's so nice. I'm excited to bring my Sims here eventually, and I just love it so much. But yeah, seeing as I'm going to a wedding tomorrow, which I'm also really excited about, I didn't have much time for this, so I do hope you guys like it, and yeah, let me know in the comments down below. But thank you all so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, please do consider liking and subscribing to my channel, and I will definitely see you all in another video. Goodbye everybody!